Does your Sims 4 game have a case of the uglies? Are you sick and tired of your game looking dull and boring and just plain ugly? I am really over exaggerating, I'm so sorry. But my game used to have the exact same problem until I learned how to fix it. And in this video tutorial, I'm gonna teach you how you can make your Sims 4 game look a lot better. I'm gonna show you how you can use reshades, presets, default replacements in your game to make your game look a lot brighter, a lot prettier, a lot more colorful, and overall just a lot better. So before we get started with this video, I do want to let you know that if your computer is already lagging, if you're having issues with just running simple Sims 4 base game, this is probably not the tutorial for you. If you are going to be downloading more onto your computer and your computer already isn't handling the regular game, I would probably skip all of this. Also, this is only for PC users, so if you are playing the game on console, I'm really sorry. This is not going to be the tutorial for you. There are a lot of different ways that you can actually do this. I'm gonna show you some of the easier ones, and then we're gonna move on to some of the more advanced ways that you can change your game. But to start, we are gonna head over to Tumblr. Tumblr is not just a place where you can find cat pictures and strange humor. Tumblr has a lot of Sims 4 custom content that you can have to download, and it's free on your computer. You can find tons of it. This is how I found a lot of really great creators in the Sims community. So we are going to actually go to the Tumblr of Australian Sims 4 content creator Grim Cookies, and this is where we are going to find this default skin. Now, this is not the only one. There are tons of these out there, but this is the one that I use. Now, a default skin is something that will apply not only to your Sims, but also all of the townies in the game. So if you are sick of your Sims walking around with a regular base game, like default skin that they come with, this will replace all of that for you, and you don't have to go into Create a Sim to change everything about your Sims. It'll just be on there once you download this default. So I'm gonna scroll down. We're just gonna go ahead and download. Like I said, you can play around, find a whole bunch of different ones if you want. I'm going to go ahead and download these packages that are found down here. This one does say that you have to remove any default skins that you're already using. So if you already have a default skin downloaded, you're gonna have to go ahead and remove that. I'm assuming that probably applies for all of them because they can't like override each other. So you're probably only gonna have to have one default skin downloaded at a time. I also want to point out that you should double check the instructions under your reshades or your default replacements, because when you're going to download them, each site should have some kind of unique instructions underneath. So make sure you read that. Just make sure you're checking to see that they don't have any weird instructions or something else that you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and download all of these, and we are gonna go ahead and bring these into my mods folder the same way you would download regular custom content. So if you don't know how to do that, I'll show you. We're gonna go to downloads, and then you're gonna see all of these Grim Cookies files that I just downloaded from Tumblr. I'm also going to open up my documents folder. So in a new tab, I'm gonna open up my documents folder, and we are gonna go into electronic arts. We're gonna click on The Sims 4, and then we are going to click on our mods folder. So this is how, if you're wondering how to download any custom content in general, this is how you're gonna do it. And then all we have to do is click those files that we just downloaded, and we're gonna drag them into that folder. And you should see them all pop up into this mod folder, and that means you are good to go. That's all we have to do, and now the default skin will apply to all of your Sims in your Sims 4 game. It doesn't just end there with default replacements. You can also go in and download things like hair replacements. I've seen things like eye color replacements, food replacements in the Sim. It's kind of just a nice thing that you can have your Sims walking around with different hair colors and like things that just look a little bit nicer in the game. I have heard good things about this one though, if you are in the market for a default hair recolor. So that basically covers the default skin replacements, the default replacements for The Sims 4. That will definitely make your game look a lot better. I think that's the easiest way that you could probably go about things. Next, we are going to move on to my personal favorite, and the one that you guys asked me about a lot, which is the reshade and how to download and install the reshades and presets into your game. This is a guaranteed way to make make your game look a lot better. But it is a little bit more difficult. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, but it's definitely a little bit harder. So to start, we're gonna leave Tumblr behind. We're gonna go to reshade.me in our browser. I'm gonna link all these down below, by the way. Anything that I'm using, any links will be down below in the description of this video. We are now brought up. We are on reshade.me. We're gonna click download. That's gonna bring us to the bottom where we are going to download the latest update of the Reshade tool. We're gonna go ahead and click download. That is gonna bring up the little menu down here. That is gonna download our Reshade setup. We're gonna go ahead and click on that, and that's gonna bring up this Reshade setup like little menu thing. We're gonna click here to select a game and manage its Reshade installation. This is gonna bring up a menu of all of the games that this could apply to. So we're gonna go ahead and find The Sims 4. Where is it? Hello. So if you can't find your game in this list, maybe you have it saved in a different spot. So you're gonna go down to can't find the desired game in the list, browse. I'm gonna find where my game is actually downloaded on my computer, which I know and can usually be the local disk, which is C. My C drive here, we're gonna go click on program files times 86. I'm gonna scroll down and click on Origin Games. We're gonna click on The Sims 4. We're gonna go scroll down to Game, and then we're gonna click on Bin. So we're gonna click on this here, the TS4 times 64. This is probably going to be the path that you're gonna find yours. If not, you're just gonna have to find where your game is downloaded on your computer. But we are gonna double click on that. Which rendering API does The Sims 4 use? We're gonna go and click Direct 3D 9. This is gonna pop up a menu that says select packages to install. I'm gonna go and just press OK. That should bring up this folder with all these checkboxes here. We are gonna go ahead, make sure these are all checked, and click OK, which now says the Reshade setup was successful. So I'm gonna go ahead, exit out of here. We are gonna go back into that file. So again, we're gonna go local disk C. We're gonna go to program files times 86, Origin Games, The Sims 4. We're gonna go to Game, and we're gonna go to Bin. And we're gonna double check and make sure that we've got these new files here. So before I didn't have this Reshade shaders file. Now that should be installed properly on your computer. I also didn't have these D3, D9 files here, so those are gonna be there as well. And I didn't have these Reshade files down below either. So if you've got all those, now you should have properly installed the Reshade application that you're gonna need to download your presets. So the Reshader is necessary for downloading the presets that you're gonna need. This makes no sense for you right now, but just keep that in mind, okay? You need this. I don't think I've ever gone into this file. If you're curious, I mean, it's just got all these files in here. I've never opened it, but for your information, it's just, you know, there's two different things, shaders and textures. Anyway, now we should be able to go back onto Tumblr, and this is where I have my favorite preset. This is Sydneymacoretta's Reshade preset. You guys ask me all the time on Twitch and on YouTube what preset I use to make my game look bright, colorful, and super beautiful, which is really helpful for me with those really colorful builds. It really makes those colors pop. So we are gonna scroll down here. I'm gonna go ahead and download. I think I had this version here before, which was the original one, but it's saying here that we've got an update. So let's try it. Sure, why not? I'm gonna go ahead and download the zip file from Sydneymacoretta's Reshade. Once you've downloaded that zip file, it is again gonna show up in your downloads folder, just like the custom content that we were downloading before. And we are gonna click and drag that Reshade into that bin folder where we put the Reshade before. So I'm gonna click and I'm just gonna drag, oh God, okay. Click and drag down into the bin folder, and then that should be us taken care of. And there we go. Everything we need now should be in that bin folder. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our game. We're gonna double check and see if this worked. Once we've got our game open, we're gonna go ahead and press the home key on your keyboard. This is how you're gonna toggle on and off the menu. As you can see at the top, it says Reshade is now installed. Press home to start the tutorial. If you don't see that menu, that little strip up at the top, that means you did not install the Reshade correctly, and you're gonna have to go back and restart. But we are gonna go ahead and click the home key, and that's gonna bring up this like tutorial, and it's gonna say, since this is the first time you've used your Reshade, we're gonna go through a quick tutorial, whatever. We're gonna click continue. Up at the top is gonna have this like pop down menu. You're gonna go ahead and press your Sydneymacoretta's preset V2. We're gonna click select, and we're gonna go ahead and click on continue. I'm not gonna touch any of this stuff. I'm just gonna leave it, let it be on my computer. We're gonna go ahead and press continue again, and down down at the bottom, we're gonna press finish. I'm not gonna touch any of this stuff. I don't wanna mess with it. So there we go. Now we should have our Reshade downloaded. So I'm gonna go ahead, close this up. We are gonna go into my game. So after everything, this is what my game looks like with the Reshade on. Everything ends up looking just a little bit brighter. Everything just pops a little bit better. Going back into create a sim here, you can see with the Reshade and the default skin that we downloaded, our sim is looking much better. Like I said, you can play around with whatever presets you want, whatever default skins you want. You can play around and see what works best for you. Now, if you're wondering on how to delete this stuff, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna go get out of our game. To delete the default skin, you can go back into your mods folder. So again, Electronic Arts, Sims 4, your mods, and then we're just gonna go ahead and delete these files here. There we go. And then to delete your Reshade, you can go back into your local disk, see, back on in through that path that we took before. You're gonna wanna delete this file right here. So your Reshade and shaders, we're gonna go ahead and delete our D3 and D9 files. You should have 2 of them on there. We're gonna delete the Reshade file, the SimAnies V2 Reshade or whatever you downloaded, and that should be it. That should have everything deleted. You can also go back into your download folder and delete the Reshade setup that we downloaded, but I'm gonna keep that because I'm gonna re-download all of my shaders and presets and everything because I need them in my game. But if this was helpful for you, please let me know. Let me know what reshades and defaults you like to use in the comment section down below. And like I said, all of the links that I used in this video will be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.